Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss about acceleration and the next equations of motion and problems on it. Right. Acceleration. What is acceleration? You see here, yesterday we discussed about the types of velocities. What are they? Uniform velocity, non-uniform velocity. If you take uniform velocity throughout the body, the velocity remains same. Direction remains same, magnitude remains same. So then what is the change in velocity? Zero. So change in velocity is zero, then acceleration of the body will be zero. Why? Because see, acceleration is nothing but the rate of change in velocity. What is that acceleration? Rate of change in velocity. If you take a body which is going along a straight line, so with uniform velocity, velocity everywhere it remains same. So what is the change in velocity? Zero. So in that acceleration will be zero. So acceleration A is equal to change in velocity by time taken. So change in velocity is zero here in this case of uniform velocity. So acceleration will be zero. Next, if you go for non-uniform velocity, there what we can say, the magnitude of velocity may not be same. Okay, so from that you may get acceleration compulsory because there is a change in velocity. So change in velocity is present, you can say that there is an acceleration is present. Okay, so right, now you tell me what are the possibilities are there to have the acceleration. So there are three possibilities are there. What are they? Either the change in magnitude of velocity. Suppose if a body is going along a straight line, by increasing in speed or by decreasing in speed. Okay, so direction is specified along the same straight line, magnitude of velocity is increasing. Then you can find the change in velocity. Okay, so similarly, next, that is one case. What is that? Only change in magnitude of velocity. Change in magnitude of velocity. Next, see here, if you take a body which is going along a straight line, suddenly if it takes diversion, then what you can notice? Direction changes. If it is maintained, even though if it is maintained same speed. Okay, even though if it is maintained same speed, if direction changes, instead of going in that direction, suddenly it is changing. Changing means here direction change is there. So due to that change in direction, you can notice there is a change in direction of velocity. So then also you can say that there is change in velocity only. Okay, so next one was change in velocity. Change in direction of velocity. Next, third one. So in these two, any one is kept constant, other one is changing, like that we discussed in these two. Next, both can change. Suppose if you take a body which is going along a curved road, so they may change in magnitude and direction. So in that situation also you can get the acceleration. So what is the third case? Both change in magnitude and direction. So both change in magnitude and direction. Then you can say that, what we can say?
Acceleration is present.
Yes, acceleration is present. Okay, na? Clear or not? So these three are the main points to have acceleration. Now what we are going to define what is acceleration. See here, in that average acceleration we are going to discuss first. First, what is average acceleration? Average acceleration means what? Rate of change in velocity. What you can say? Rate of change in velocity. Rate of change in velocity. Velocity in the sense, whatever it is. Either magnitude or direction or both. Like here we discussed, anything can change. Okay, so what we can say? Change in velocity by time taken. So change in velocity what? Final velocity minus initial velocity. By time taken. That you can call it as what? Acceleration. Suppose if you take a body is going along a straight line, initially let the velocity is v1, and after some time if its velocity is changed to v2, at that instant, so initially let the at the velocity v1 is time is t1, and at time velocity v2 at time t2. So then what is the change in velocity? As v2 minus v1 is the change in velocity. During what time it is happened? t2 minus t1. So you can write this is what change in velocity, delta v by delta t. So this is what you can say as average acceleration. Not visible, why it is earlier it is visible, okay, you just observe it if there is any blur. So acceleration A is equal to final velocity minus initial velocity by time taken. So if you are taking initially at a particular instant of time t1, v1 is the velocity, at a particular instant of t2, v2 is the velocity, change in velocity is v2 minus v1 by t2 minus t1. So that is called what? Delta v by delta t. So you can give some examples regarding this. What is the example you can give for this change in magnitude of velocity? If you take a car is going along a straight line, by increasing in magnitude of velocity, so you can say that there is a change in magnitude of velocity. Earlier it is going with 4 meter per second, later it will be 10 meter per second, like that. So that is an example you can give for this change in magnitude of velocity alone. Next, change in direction of velocity. What you can give? Magnitude of velocity remains same, but change in direction of velocity alone. Here magnitude constant. Same. You take a horizontal circular path, or you take a stone and stone is tied to a string and the string is made to whirl in horizontal circle. So if you take it in horizontal circle, uniform speed, so everywhere the body having speed is same, but point to point that is going along a straight line circular path, what you can notice? Here direction is different, here direction is different, here direction is different, here direction is different, like that. Every point to point direction is changing, but magnitude of velocity remains same everywhere. So this is what you can say an example for this change in velocity, direction of velocity, but not the magnitude of velocity. Example is a particle which is revolving in a uniform circular motion. Uniform horizontal circular motion, horizontal circular motion. Okay, next, what is this? Next one, both change in magnitude and direction. You can give an example for a vertical circle. Okay, if you take a vertical circle, so what will happen? You take a stone and tie to a string and you make it in vertical circle. If you make it in vertical circle, so see here like this, so at the bottom it will have some velocity, at the top point it will have some other velocity, at this point it may have some other velocity, it will have some other velocity. So point to point magnitude of velocity remains same. Here root 5 gr highest velocity for a uniform, okay, for this case vertical circular motion. Here root gr, okay, here root 3 gr, here also root 3 gr. So what happened? Some other point 5 gr to 3 gr it decreases, here 3 gr to gr it decreases. So what is happening here? Velocity, magnitude of velocity decreasing. So that means some change is there. So magnitude of velocity is changing, but direction is changing from instant to instant. So at this point this is the direction. At this point you can draw a tangent there. That shows this is direction. At here, at this point here. So like this from point to point, instant to instant, you can notice the direction is different, as well as the magnitude of velocity is also different. So that is an example for this. Both change in magnitude and direction means vertical circular motion. A particle which is going in a vertical circular motion, give an example for both change in magnitude and direction. So that is about this. Next, instantaneous acceleration. What is instantaneous acceleration? So the acceleration at a particular instant of time, that is what you can say instantaneous acceleration. So what is that instantaneous acceleration? You can say acceleration at any instant of time. When the time interval is, when the instant of time is very small, infinitesimally small time interval. Okay. So R, you can say what you can say. So it is nothing but the average velocity when the time interval approaches to 0. Sorry, average acceleration, sorry, not average velocity, average acceleration. Okay, instantaneous acceleration means it is nothing but what? Average acceleration delta V by delta T over the time interval approaches to 0. Delta V by delta T as delta T tends to 0. Okay. Now you can write this as dV by dt also. dV by dt. So A is equal to dV by dt. So there are some other conversions are there for that formula that we will see now. Very, very important formulas here for differentiation, integration models. So you got A instant is equal to dV by dt. Next, cross multiply it. dV is equal to A into dt. If you want to find velocity, you can use integrate it on both sides. Integral dV is equal to VA into dt. So here this formula when will you use and this formula when will you use? Suppose here velocity is given in terms of time function. Velocity is given in terms of time function like t square, t terms, t square plus 2t minus 1 like that, rt cube minus 5t square plus t plus 5 or plus 7 like that, some functions they will give. That depends on time, t functions. Then you can use acceleration A is equal to dy by dt to calculate instantaneous acceleration, right? So and for that they may ask about that particular time interval also they will say. So in a particular second, tenth second, fourth second, what is the acceleration they may ask. Since this is not this is find out in instantaneously. Okay, at that particular instant you are going to find instantaneous acceleration, and you see here uniform acceleration is there, non-uniform acceleration is there. So where we will use this instantaneous formulas and all. There are two accelerations, one more. What are they? Uniform and non-uniform accelerations. What are uniform accelerations and what are non-uniform accelerations?
Body covers equal distance.
Equal velocities. Equal change in velocities. Okay. See, after this we will go for that. Then after that I will tell you about this. Okay, integral dV is equal to A into dt. Right, next. Still some other conversions. What are they? From this. So when will you use this formula?
When acceleration is given in terms of t.
See here, your velocity is given, acceleration they are asking. Then if V is given in terms of t, then you can use this formula to find acceleration. Suppose, one minute. Suppose if acceleration is given and they are asking to find velocity, then acceleration should be given in terms of time function, like t square minus t plus 1, like that, like this time function they will give. So in that situation you can use this formula to find velocity. To find velocity. Okay, this is to find acceleration. Next, still, you see here from this, you can write A is equal to what? dV by dt into dV by dt na. What I am going to write this as dv by dx into dx by dt we can write. dx or dsi, anyone, no problem. Okay. X is position, dx by dt into dx by dt. Okay na? Right, dv by dx into, what is dx by dt? V. So you can write this dv by dx into v. This value is written like v.
ds by dt is not dx by dt.
No problem, that is what I told you na. You can write ds by dt or dx by dt, no problem. You have confusion, that's what ds by dt you can write. Yes, a is equal to dv by dt. Now look at this.
Sir, the dv by ds, the dv by dt no sir.
dv
by dx. Then
If we cancel saving card,
that is in function of time no sir. You return dv by ds. That's sir.
This one. No. What I am writing is I am dividing and multiplying by ds. Okay. So I am dividing and multiplying by ds. So what will happen? dv by ds into ds by dt. So ds cancel out, you will get again same. I have written like this.
Yeah.
So now dv by ds into, why I have written ds by dt can be written like v. To write in another form. So ds by dt is velocity v. So dv by ds into v. Correct? So now what we will do is ds you write here. So a into ds is equal to, what is that? A into ds is equal to v into dv. Correct? Now integrate it on both sides. Okay, so this is another case to find. Suppose if v is given in terms of velocity function, if you want to find acceleration in terms of displacement function, you can use this. Okay, so a into ds is equal to integral v into dv. This is another form. Okay, right, next. Like this, you can remember the formulas. Okay, so a is equal to dv by dt. From this, integral dv is equal to a integral a into dt. From this, a is equal to dv by ds into v. And next, after cross multiplying, integral a into ds is equal to integral v into dv. So these are all the formulas we can use to derive to do the problems. Okay, right, next. Go to uniform acceleration and non-uniform acceleration. Uniform acceleration. What is uniform acceleration? If a body covers equal change in velocities in same time intervals. Change in velocities. If you are not finding the change in velocity same, then you can't identify the acceleration. Okay, change in velocity is 0, acceleration is 0. But here it is not acceleration 0 case, uniform acceleration. Uniform acceleration means change in velocity should be same. Okay, uniform velocity what you wrote? Change in displacement should be same. Like that, uniform acceleration means change in velocities are same. Okay, see here. Here v1 velocity, here v2 velocity. Time interval t1, time interval t2. So delta v you are finding here in time delta t. Next v2 to v3 you are finding. If you are finding the change in velocity delta v, that is also same. If here delta v are same. In time intervals delta t, here time intervals are same. Like that case. So delta t, here delta t are same. So if a body covers equal change in velocities in equal time intervals, then we can say that the body is moving with uniform acceleration. Then the body is moving with uniform acceleration. So that is about uniform acceleration. Then you go for one more point. See, for this uniform acceleration, we have some equations of motion. What are they? V is equal to u plus at, S is equal to ut plus half at square, v square minus u square equal to 2as, Sn equal to u plus a by 2 into 2n minus 1. So, these are all the 4 equations, and you can use one more also, distance equal to u plus by 2 into t, average velocity into time taken. Okay, so these are all the equations. These are all mean from this only any this equation or this equation also can be solved. Okay, now there are 4 equations. These equations comes under uniform accelerations only, and these equations, very important point, these equations are applicable only for uniform accelerations, not for non-uniform accelerations. Applicable for uniform accelerations. The body is going with non-uniform acceleration, then you have to go for differential calculation method. Okay. Next, non-uniform acceleration. Non-uniform acceleration means if a body covers
unequal change in velocity.
non-uniform acceleration. If a body covers
Change in velocity and equivalent.
yes, change in velocities are not same in equal intervals of time. Or yes, if the body covers unequal change in velocities in equal intervals of time or equal change in velocities in unequal intervals of time, then you can say that the body is moving with non-uniform acceleration. Next. Unequal change in velocities in equal intervals of time or equal change in velocities in unequal intervals of time. In this case, you can use that integration models, okay, formulas. A is equal to dv by dt. Then what? Remaining dv is equal to integral a into dt, integral dv. Then integral v into dv is equal to integral a into ds. These are all the equations you can use for non-uniform. Non-uniform, time dependent functions, okay, position dependent functions, like that. They are dependent functions. Next. Very important applications for uniform acceleration. First simple equations we will see, touch, and then we will go for next. You know what are the equations of motion? V is equal to u plus at. Suppose if a body starts from rest, what is initial velocity? 0. U is 0 for a body when a body is at rest. Okay, starts from rest, then u is 0. Going with uniform acceleration, A, uniform acceleration, A. Next, so after some time, you see here, a body started from u. After some time, if its velocity is v, definitely there will be a change in velocity in a particular interval of time. Then you can say that there is acceleration. A is equal to, you know that v minus u by t. From this only you got this equation. A is equal to v minus u by t. From this, cross multiply it. V minus u is equal to at. V is equal to u plus at. This is, you might have known that. How you got this derivation? This is what about a normal method, numerical method. Okay, so now by using these conditions we are going to find. Suppose if a body starts from rest, then u is equal to 0, then v is equal to after some time, what is the velocity of the body? If you know, acceleration is given. So 0 plus at. So v is equal to at. That means one more point you should observe. So acceleration is uniform, so that means constant. Acceleration is uniform means constant. So this is constant means v is directly proportional to t. As time increases, velocity also increases. Okay, time will not be negative, will not decrease. Right? Time will not be negative here. Okay, so keep it in mind. Time is a scalar quantity, will not be negative. Wherever it is, throughout physics. Next, second equation what? S equal to ut plus half at square. S equal to ut plus half at square. U is equal to 0. So, if a body starts from rest means S equal to half at square. So, half a constant, acceleration, uniform acceleration. So, that is a by 2 is constant. So, S is directly proportional to t square. As t increases, then displacement also increases along a straight line. Okay? So S is directly proportional to t square. Next, third equation, v square minus u square equal to 2as. So v square minus u 0 square equal to 2as. 2a is constant. V square is directly proportional to s. Okay, or v is directly proportional to root s. Okay, next. Sn equal to u plus a into n minus half, or a by 2 into 2n minus 1. Anyone you can do. Okay, so then what will happen? So u is 0. So Sn equal to a by 2 constant 2n minus 1. So Sn is directly proportional to 2n minus 1. This is what, if a body is covering with uniform acceleration, distance covered in nth second, the ratio of distances covered in first second, second second, third second, fourth second, like that if you want to take, you can use this formula. If they ask what is the ratio of distances covered in the first second and first 2 seconds, first 3 seconds, first 4 seconds, like that means you have to use this formula. Okay, na? So now you see this points. If a body covers, if a body starts from rest, moving with uniform acceleration along a straight line, the ratio of distances covered in first second, first 2 seconds, first 3 seconds, first 4 seconds, so on. Then starts from rest. Body starts from rest.
1, 3.
So you have to use S equal to ut plus half at square. So S is directly proportional to t square.
This one is 2.
S in first second is to S in 2 seconds is to S in 3 seconds, so on is equal to 1 square, 2 square, 3 square, so on. So 1 is to 4 is to 9 is to 16 is to 25 is to so on, squares ratio. That is for a body which is going with uniform acceleration. Ratio of distances covered in first second, first 2 seconds. Understood? Diagram I will show you. So this is first second. This is the distance in S1, first second. This is till here it is second. This is distance covered in 2 seconds. Means including first second plus second. That is S2. If you take body is third, 3 seconds. Then after that, including 2 plus this. That means that is distance covered in third second. So like this it is. Including the previous one also we are adding here. So then you are getting the ratio of distances is equal to 1:4:2 squares ratio. Next one. If a body starts from rest, if body starts from rest, ratio of distances covered in first second, second, third second, fourth second, so on. Okay, this is not first 2 seconds, first 3 seconds, second alone, first second alone like this. See this. This is first second. After completing first second, before starting third second, that is what second. This is what second. After completing second, before starting fourth second, that is what third second. Okay, this is third second. So that means 1 second only, positions are different. But here, previous one also we are adding. That's the difference. Okay, now in this case, what is the formula? Sn is equal to u plus a by 2 into 2n minus 1. So u plus a by 2 into 2n minus 1. So u 0. So a by 2 constant. Sn is directly proportional to 2n minus 1. So S1 is to S2 is to S3, so on is equal to 2 into 1 minus 1 is to 2 into 2 minus 1 is to 2 into 3 minus 1 is to so on. So this is 2 into 1, 2 minus 1, 1. This is 4, 2 2s are 4 minus 1, 3. 6 minus 1, 5. Odd numbers ratio. So ratio of odd numbers. So this is what distance covered in first second, third second, second, so on. Here you are discussing along horizontal direction. Suppose if a body is dropped vertically, freely falling body. In that situation also acceleration will be there. Acceleration due to gravity only, acceleration. So in that situation also same ratios will come for that and for this. Okay, freely falling body also you will get same ratio. Okay, since that is also uniform acceleration only. Okay, go for next. Clear, okay? Alright, see that next one. Suppose A body is going in a straight line. Initially, it is going with v1 velocity. v1 velocity along a straight line. It is going to reach some other point. So let there the velocity of the body is v2. In between these 2 points, at the middle point, if you are taking the velocity is v dash, then what is that v dash? I need to calculate. I know starting velocity and ending velocity. In its journey between 2 points I am taking its velocity v1 and v2. I wanted to find the velocity in the middle of the journey. So how can I calculate? Here the body is going with uniform acceleration. Body is going with uniform acceleration. Uniform acceleration only na? Uniform acceleration means wherever you are taking acceleration will be same only. So I am going to take from here to here, displacement covered is x. From here to here also x. Now, tell me, what is this?
V is equals to dx by
V square minus u square equal to 2as you can use for this part. First case, second case. For first case, V is what? V dash.
V1 dash square minus
V dash square minus
V1 square
V1 square or 1 minute. If you have confusion in notations, wait, we will take this is u and this is v and I will take this is v1. Okay, u, v and this is v1. I need to calculate what is v1.
V1 square
Yes, v1 square minus u square is equal to 2ax. S is given x.
is also equals
Next, for second case,
V square minus V1 square equals to
final velocity is v. Initial velocity is v1. So v square minus v1 square is equal to 2ax.
equating one and two sir.
Equated, right sides are equal. So equate it on left sides. So then what you can notice? v1 square minus u square equal to v square minus v1 square. 2v1 square. v1 square plus v1 square. 2v1 square is equal to u square plus v square. So v1 square is equal to u square plus v square by 2 and v1 is equal to root over u square v square by 2. Okay, so this is the formula for a body which is going along a straight line with uniform acceleration. If the velocities are given, u and v are the initial and final velocities. In between, at the midpoint, if the velocity is v1, what is that value? Okay, so v1 is equal to root over u square plus v square by 2, direct formula. Okay, this is the proof. Next. Shall we go for next? Recording clean. Margins bottom. Okay. Next. Another application. If you take a wooden plank case, number of wooden planks required model. Here I am taking a wooden plank whose thickness is x. Okay, a bullet is fired from the gun. Okay, bullet is going in forward direction. If it is going with a velocity v and hitting this wooden plank, this is what? Wooden plank. Bullet is fired from a gun. The bullet goes and hits this wooden plank after crossing from the first bullet. So it is going to hit with a velocity v. While it is coming out of it with 1/nth of the initial velocity, or you take this is u, it is going, and v comes out with u by n. That means it comes out with a velocity of 1/nth of the initial velocity with which it is hitting the wooden plank.
What is n, sir?
Amma?
N.
N means some value. So suppose 10 meter per second I have given. So 1/5 of the value, it came out. It came out of the wooden plank with 1/5 of the value, or 1/6 of the value, 1/4 of the value. That n is that 4th, 5th, 6th, that value. Okay, n is that. Okay, so 1 by n, the value of u. Next, see here, while it is traveling from here to here, you can notice some retardation is noticed. Initially, high velocity is more, while it is coming out, velocity is less. Okay, magnitude of velocity is decreasing. So now that means what? Body is going with uniform retardation. What is retardation? Deceleration or retardation, both are same. So what you can say, if the velocity of the body is gradually decreasing, then you can say that the body it can have uniform retardation or deceleration. What you can say? Retardation or deceleration, both are same, right? Now it is fired, so bullet is going inside, so it is going and hitting. After hitting, this comes out with 1 by n. So what is the retardation it will have? Some a value, some negative value will come. So how can you find this? From use v square minus u square equal to 2as. S is given x. So now you substitute s is x, u is u only, v is 1 by n u. So 1 by n u by n whole square minus u square is equal to 2ax. Okay, now u square 1 common 1 by n square minus 1 is equal to 2ax. Okay, so just leave it. A is equal to what?
A is equal to u square by 2x into 2x.
2a. Give this is equation number 1.
X.
Sorry, 2x. Sorry. A is that value. Okay. So this is the value when it is coming out from one plank. So how many number of planks are required to stop the bullet? That is our aim. Okay. So how many number of bullets are number of planks are required? Such identical planks I need to place. Here 1 by n. So if I place one more plank here, somewhat reduces again. Okay. If I place here, again somewhat reduces. Finally, after some n number of planks, bullet comes out to be rest. You can stop the bullet. Okay. After entering into a last plank, it will stop. It will not come out. So then, how many number of planks are required? That is what our question. Okay. So this is 1, 2, 3, so on. This is n. N here already you have given n small n. You give capital N or m number of planks. You give m, another number, another notation, so that you won't confuse. Okay, na? So that is what? Number of planks, small m or capital N. Anyone you can give, your wish. Now, for single plank, what retardation you noticed? For many planks also, the same retardation only you can notice. So, starting it is going with u, and after mth plank, then it comes to rest. Then for between these to complete entire journey, you calculate now. For second case, this is for case 1, for single plank. For single plank, for m planks, what is the final velocity? Same, you can use v square minus u square equal to 2as. V is what? 0. U is u only, starting velocity for the entire system, is equal to 2a x. For single plank it is x. For how many planks you are taking? M planks. So total distance is mx.